How you doing? It's just Stipe back here to do another pre-workout review. Um, Today I figured I'd do one that's I would probably say that it's like this generation's Jack 3D because even if you talk to some people that don't really take many pre-workouts, they may have heard of this one, and that is of course Dark Energy by Magnitude Life Sciences. Now, the interesting part about Dark Energy is just recently it's been, I think, discontinued, or I don't know if it was because of the DMAA, the actual label itself, and I wonder if maybe they'll come back with, a different name for the DMAA and the DMHA. But yeah, it's been discontinued. So for those that were able to get their hands on one before it, you know, went kaboom and disappeared, good on you. If you didn't, it might cost you a shit ton now from like eBay or something. But yeah, nonetheless, first and foremost, I'm gonna start off with the flavor. From what I understand, there's like 7 or 8 flavors of this. So many different ones. It's like orange flavor, gummy bear, tropical, so many different ones. I was able to get the one that I wanted, which was the Rocket Research. I just tend to find the whole like Rocket Pop and that type of flavor tends to really mix well, and the flavor just it's sweet, but it's rarely ever too overpowering. So yeah, the flavor of this is actually really good. It's one of the better tasting pre-workouts. Like you could fool me into telling me that it's just a nice tasting drink if I didn't know any better. Now, the taste is good. Let's look at the label. So the label's obviously first and foremost, this is a Slim Junkie fucking pre-workout label. So, if you're a beginner, do not use this. If you're intermediate, probably don't either. You got citrulline malate 2 to 1 at 6,000 milligrams, decent dosage. You got beta alanine for the tingles at 3.2, the clinical dosage. L-taurine helps nootropic, focus, all that jazz. You got that at 2 grams, another good dosage. DMAE, which is 750 milligrams, another nootropic. You got caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams. On a side note, it's crazy to me that like in this day and age, 400 milligrams is just like a fucking, put it in everything. Put it in your, children's cereal. You got DMHA at 200 milligrams. It's a pretty hefty dose. And then you got DMAA at 60 milligrams. Very nice dose. I'm glad it's not like 100 or something because, yeah, I know there's a lot of people doing the whole 100 plus DMAA at this stage. And then you got GABA, which is an interesting ingredient because GABA's in, sleeping products. It's mainly designed for that. So maybe it's the L-theanine type of ingredient like that they're using instead of just to taper it down or maybe to reduce the crash. I would have loved to have seen what this pre-workout would have been like without the GABA, but nonetheless, it's got GABA in it, so you can only do what the fuck you can do. All right. I've only taken this a few times, so this isn't something I've had a half a bottle of. If you look, I've had it for a long time. I've had it for like 8 months, but I've only taken it 3 times, I think, in total. And that's because obviously reviewing so many of these, if I do it once or twice a week max, and that's like very rare, even that's quite a bit. So I'm never really going to get through these. It's also got like, I know it's random, but when it comes to packaging, it's one of the cool looking packaging. It's like kind of got this galaxy look with the big capital letters Dark Energy, like back in the Microsoft Word days where you'd put those cool fonts and everything on. All right, so enough about the random nonsense that I'm just babbling through now. What were the results in this? So I've taken it every time at pretty much the full dosage, except for the first time I took like 2 grams less. It's 12.6 gram scoop. That's how much it should be. I believe my scoop is like bigger. It's like 14 grams or some shit, which is really fucking nutty because it doesn't actually say exactly how much to take either. But when you count up the ingredients, it's 12.66. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's confusing because if if you think this is going to be your first Steam Junkie experience, and then you take like a 14-gram scoop of something, and it gives you way more than you should have, it might be a bit, on the naughty side. But nonetheless, I took it today, took it a few times before as well, and it's a slow one. For me, I took it with my mate all 3 of the times. It's very, very slow. Like, the beta tinglers are there. They're actually quite nice beta tingles. They're not over the top. You can feel them everywhere. It's like a nice little light tingle. You get a hit of that first, then the caffeine hits you, then some of the nootropic elements seem to work, and then it's weird because it's like after an hour, maybe an hour and 20, the DMHA seems to kick in. Or maybe there might be a little bit of DMHA beforehand, but certainly the DMAA feel tends to come quite late. To me, that's an interesting one because beta alanine and DMAA are a weird combo to me. Like, I get that there's that beta alanine effect of, in general output, the build-up of beta. But it's interesting to me if you work out an hour 30, to have something kick in that makes you, feel like you've got an urgency to go work out. Then once that dies down and you're an hour plus in, then you get the DMAA when you're pretty much done for the workout. It's a bit confusing, but that's the way this one seems to work. So I know it sounds odd again, but I also wouldn't have mind seeing this without the beta. And I like beta, but I mean, like, if the main focus of the ingredients is the DMAA, DMHA, that crazy central nervous system, just jacked and loaded, feeling a little bit high as a kite but productive. If that's meant to be the main focus, I don't see the point really of the beta. But nonetheless, once the DMA kicks in, it kicks in hard. And one of the good parts to me about Dark Energy is you feel fucking strong on this. Like, weights that you're not used to being able to just grind through, you can just keep going. Like, I did it today. I did chest and shoulders, and man, I was slamming through sets like it was nothing. It was just really, really easy. So that part is awesome. You can really also feel the GABA. That's 100% fucking certain. Like, I took it at around 11 a.m. today. Did my workout, finished it, got home. After, the DMAA kicked in and then the DMAA calmed down, the GABA was like real fucking making me drowsy. And I know it's not because I worked out too hard, because I've taken so many different ones, from pre-phase to crack to assassin and whatever. And you don't really feel sleepy after, and I've put on the craziest sessions I've ever had in my life on those. But your power output in this, real fucking high. Your urgency is a little bit above average. It's not like, oh my God, I need to go into the gym and fucking kill it. But it is there. And it's smooth. It's very, very smooth. It tapers off very nicely. Like right now, it's 7:23 in Western Australia. It's tapered off. I've actually still got a little lingering, like, nice euphoric feeling, but that's a good thing. Like, I'm not upset at that, Might even go for a run actually after this, just, why not? Overall, I like Dark Energy, but it's not something I look forward to using. I love the flavor. The flavor's phenomenal. If you can get your hands on a Rocket Research flavor, it's fucking absolutely elite. And while I enjoy it, I just wish the ingredients panel was a little bit different, just for my own liking. I wish it was more along the lines of it making sense as a cohesive unit. And what I mean by that is, you get one thing hitting you here that makes you feel urgent. So then you work out, and then you get the DMAA later when you're pretty much done, and you're like, well, now I've got all this lasered focusing energy. What do I do? And then you get the GABA coming in after, and I'm like, so I can't really use it before work, because then I'm going to feel potentially too chilled out, too tired from the GABA. I'm like, I have to take it on a day off. I guess that's my option. It is an amazing pre-workout. It's just awkwardly designed, or the effects of it, for me personally, are very, very unique. I've seen a couple of really awesome YouTube reviewers that love it. They swear by this is their favorite ever. I put this at a slight level below Crack from Dark Labs and Preface KO from Phase 1 Nutrition. It's similar to them, but I prefer them to, like, as in which one would I be itching to take? Those two over this. That's just the God's truth. But yeah, look, overall, what are your effects from Dark Energy if you've used it? And tell me if you think it's to you what Jack 3D was back, in the early 2000s, 2009, where it was like the god tier pre-workout, because it seems like it is for so many, because it sells out everywhere like crazy. All right, boys and girls, thank you very much. I've got a few upcoming pre-workouts that I'll be reviewing. I've got some stuff from Alpha Line coming in, and what I love from Alpha Line is also, I wish fucking more companies would do this, where they do a small serving tub. That way I can do a couple of attempts at taking it and then not break the bank, having to pay for tubs after tubs. I've got Flame Crack Gold Edition coming in soon as well, so I'll be doing my review for them. Peace out.